Hello, one and all, and welcome back to Campaign 14, Dubious Claims. I'm your host, as always, Virinity Void. This here is part 15. We're in 1764, looking to go into the 1780s. So hopefully we get there, and we don't have too much lag like we have been in the previous parts because of, millions of troops being moved around across regions, across continents even. So let's see what we can do. But before we get to all of that, we got some national ideas to read. We're going to read some stuff from Fontaine. I don't believe I've read any from Fontaine before. So I'm going to read the third, fourth, and fifth national ideas of Fontaine, and we'll see what they are. So the third national idea is reform the Maison Gardiennage. We should train our gendarme to better respond to immediate threats with faster reflexes and more accurate aim. Infantry fire +1. And the fourth national idea is huge cannons. Fontaine's engineering is world-renowned in works of peace and of war alike. Siege ability +15%. And the fifth national idea is a spark of industrialization. The amount of high-tech products produced in our nation is astounding, and it just keeps growing. Goods produced +10%. So Fontaine is doing very well with their very powerful national ideas. With that being said, they also have plenty of wonders going on. You know, they can upgrade some, but they also have a lot. They also have their parliament right here that they are juking and jiving with. Before we get started, I do want to take also a few minutes to at least give you an overview of something that is I don't talk about too much, but it's something to be noticed. The AI at this point in the game, in the 1760s, they are upgrading their monuments a lot if they have the excess money. So ones like Fontaine and Tennis Ball, they have been upgrading everything. So like right here in Paris, you can see that Versailles as well as Notre Dame are tier 3. They are upgraded to their maximum level. In Coigny, you have Stonehenge moved over, but it's also at its maximum level. Over in Tennis Ball, you have Cologne Cathedral upgraded to its max. And what's it called? In Mondstadt, you have Ambras Castle that is being upgraded over time to tier 3. Over here in Bulgaria, you have the Rila monasteries being upgraded as well. They're not tier 3 yet, but they are going to be tier 3 soon enough. Shuravia has been upgrading the Kiev Pechersk Lavra. That's at tier 3. It's going to be tier 3 soon enough, given enough time. And the Moscow Kremlin, that's slowly being upgraded too. It's only a tier 1, but it'll be upgraded. You can count on that. Ionia has been upgrading their own stuff too. The Devrigi hospital and mosque is at its maximum level. And, Fadl, of course, has been upgrading the Kaaba as well in Mecca. And then I'll take a look at a couple others. Sumuru, also upgrading the Harmandir Sahib, which is the holy site for Sikhs, but also it is important to Hindus as far as I know. And Varanasi upgraded to its max level. You have Daulatabad upgraded to its maximum level. And Loibuk, despite having troubles earlier, they've been upgrading their monuments slowly but surely. So that's really all I wanted to showcase for the monuments. It's just, give it enough time and the AI does think about upgrading them and does try to, because they are very valuable. They are very influential with what they can and cannot provide. You even have the Panama Canal right here that is fully open thanks to Caideria. And then you have the Cartagena de Indias fort system upgraded to its maximum level. So, yeah, that's really all I wanted to talk about for the introduction of this here part 15. And we will ship off, seeing what we got next. What other wars do we got going on? Is there anything big? Epirus going after Etruria. Loibuk, Avenkia, Japan, Scottish China, and then Sumeru against Sambas, and then Sofala. Yes, that big regional war. Oh, excuse me. The big regional war down here in sub-Saharan Africa, where we have Sofala trying to invade Paradox 2 in a purge of heresy, and so far it's working. Sofala is going toe-to-toe with the armies of Paradox 2, and Sofala is winning. The capital of Paradox 2 is down, and it's not going to be retaken anytime soon. And Sofala, they won a battle in the south, they lost a battle in the north, but they have now reinforced in the north, and Sofala has once more pushed back Paradox 2. So I would say on all fronts, Paradox 2 is looking to be in a lot of trouble. Whereas Sofala is, they're chilling. They are absolutely chilling. They're not sweating at all. They have no manpower, but neither does Paradox 2. And Paradox 2, their war exhaustion is going to be going up. Like, let's take a look at that war exhaustion. Yeah, it's getting up there. And then Sofala, their war exhaustion, it's pretty high, but it is not going up that high. It's like the monthly increase is not as much. Another battle in the south, another battle won for the side of Orange, and there is your peace deal. Sofala takes a little bit of land, not a lot, but a little bit, away from Paradox 2, and there's actually some nice provinces. There's one here that produces iron that they took, right? Yep, an iron-producing province right there, a 27 development province. So it's small progress, but it tips the scales of the region ever more toward Sofala. Paradox 2, they're going to need some hefty allies if they want to really shift the burden next time. I need to take a sip of my drink soon. Just got done playing Dota with some friends and using my voice a lot. What do you got over here? Saudi Yugir is almost on the way, is almost done. Loibuk is going after them for some reason. But, oh no, Loibuk is going after Avenkia, but, I mean, judging from the previous wars, Loibuk is not in any position to really contest against Sumeru. Sumeru just has way too many troops compared to the likes of Loibuk. It's just the long and short of it. And then Mulgana's just been doing their own thing, honestly. Just Australia is theirs to keep. And then Japanese Australia is really just Japanese New Zealand at this point. Scottish China's chilling over here. Wait a minute, Scottish China? Oh, you're allied with Nivk and therefore at war with Japan. Fadl has some vested interest over here. They got some land in the Spice Islands. And then you have Chukchi over here developing the island of Sula. There's so many cloves being produced. So many. And yeah, that's really about it. Sumeru is now going after Raishak because Raishak is right there. MNT has joined in, but MNT, despite having 600,000 troops, apparently, something tells me Sumeru is just going to be able to run through them without any issue. Sumeru is just not to be trifled with. Yeah. There's not really any other wars going on, so yeah. It's really just Sumeru invading past the Khyber Pass, and the Timurids are watching, just kind of scared, like what's gonna happen here? When am I gonna have to fight Sumeru next? When is the million-man army gonna come down on my forts? The only thing I would say, though, Sumeru is in a much better position, though, because the Timurids have Astrakhan as well as Kazan and Ardalan as allies. Ardalan has 250,000, Astrakhan has 850,000, and Kazan has 500,000. combined, all of those forces combined, definitely can take on Sumeru. Sumeru is definitely not known for their quality, as I have illustrated in previous parts. Just like how Morocco is not... they are not known for their quality against Fontaine. Neither for their quantity, for that matter, because you can see what's happening right now. Yeah, Mondstadt's going after Morocco in an imperialist war. Zazao and Ionia have joined in, but that's a losing war. Fontaine will absolutely steamroll you guys together. It's just no question. It's just no question. Fontaine's almost at 1 million troops, and so is Tennis Ball. Like, we are getting to the point where this is becoming Hearts of Iron, you know? This is we're almost to the point where we're drawing up battle lines and battle tactics with complete arrows, and, you know, we're talking about encirclements and shit. You know, we're almost there. Give it like another 200, 120 years, about. Somewhere around there. And we're not going to get a Napoleonic era. We're not going to get a Victorian era because, well, there is no Napoleon. There is no revolution. The revolution has been thoroughly crushed. Oh my god, it's lagging. Speed 3, please. Holy shit. Just looking at North America real quick. Rasviet somehow still survives. Rasviet is somehow completely isolated, but also surviving on the Aleutian Islands. Just props to you, Rasviet. I mean, good. It's cool that you are surviving, but I don't know how long you're gonna survive for. Teotl is still allied with Kaideria. These two giants of North and South America just, yeah, we're doing our own thing. We're chilling. No issue. I kind of wonder when Potawatomi is going to actually, like, become a loyal vassal and actually, like, succumb to annexation. It feels like at some point they should, but I don't know. It's a bit of a weird situation. But yeah, Morocco getting invaded, and Ionia, as soon as like Mondstadt and Fontaine make their way over to Ionia, Ionia will get fucked over too. Sure, Morocco, this is great. Zazao, you know, love that you're trying to be a thorn in the side of Fontaine. But like we saw in the previous part, in part 14, this is not gonna matter. Fontaine is already on their way down to kick your ass. It's just the long and short of it. Anything else? Nope. Yeah. Not really anything else. It's just, you know, watch Morocco suffer. As unfortunate as that is. As this goes on, though, I'm going to take a sip of my drink because I'm thirsty. And we already know the conclusion of this war. Move the camera up a little. Because in case this war does get pieced out, I want to see what the peace deal is. Mondstadt is in North Africa, and Mondstadt is probably going to take some land from Morocco, if I had to guess. I can see that Morocco rules the waves up there. They have taken out a large Fontaine navy, but winning battles on the water, that's not the same as winning battles on land, as we all know. Oh, that's a very distinctive taste. Drinking some pomegranate flavored energy powder shit stuff. And it is pomegranate flavored this time, and yeah, it's a very interesting taste. It's not bad at all, but it's also not my favorite. So it's something I gotta get used to. Any other wars going on? There's a big one. That's a real big one. Because Kazan has drawn in the Timurids and Ionia. But more so, it's the Timurids that I'm curious about. Astrakhan hasn't joined in. So I would be curious to see if Astrakhan is interested in declaring war on Kazan at this time. But if Astrakhan declares war on Kazan, therefore breaking any sort of diplomatic ties and all that, and ensuring that they will get land from this dog pile, the Timurids are not going to be allies with Astrakhan anymore, and that's a big deal. The Timurids are kind of like allies with every major Muslim power, and I don't think Astrakhan really wants to break that central point in the alliance chain. But we'll see. It could happen. And I think this war that Kazan is engaged in, it's going to be very much like the previous war that they were engaged in, where they are obviously inferior in quantity. They cannot hope to hold back the tide forever, but they can try as best they can and pick the best fights that they can. It's not going to be easy by any means, but you got to try something. You got to go down fighting, because if you don't go down fighting, it's just going to get worse. It is just going to be fucking terrible. And hey, the Timurids are up here. They're no slouches. They want to help out their ally. Let me see the quality first. So for Koini versus the Timurids, or whoever, Kazan, discipline slightly favors Koini, morale slightly favors the Timurids, and tactics favors Koini. So each of these battles is kind of like you're hemorrhaging more and more than the enemy does. The only advantage like Kazan and the Timurids have is that Kazan and the Timurids, this is home territory more so. They can move around much more easily than the enemy can. And yes, it is lagging. It is lagging because there's so many troops being moved around. Oh my god, that's why. Because with the AI, it's not like, oh, I'm a huge nation of 1 million troops starting a war against a nation of 10,000 troops. When that happens, the AI shifts all of their focus, moves all of their armies around, and so that kind of causes some issues with the game speed. Because in the Americas, yes, they are all going after Etruria, but there's so many orders being given, there's so many occupations trying to be done, so many blockades that are going to be done. It's like, yeah, I can understand why the game has a hard time. I can understand why the game chugs. It is not easy. When did we start? 1764? I believe so. But yeah, the last stand of Etruria on Hispaniola, and then now Etruria is just left with the Turks and Caicos Islands, as well as the southern tip of Florida, and then Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico? Yes, Puerto Rico. Okay. Just wanted to be sure I got that right. Yeah, it's Caideria and Teotl just going around doing their own thing. Acting like they own the place, because they kind of do own the place. They kind of really do own the place. Fontaine, are you going to peace out Morocco yet? Or do you really want... Or no, not Fontaine, my bad. Mondstadt. Mondstadt, are you going to peace out Morocco, or do you want to make Ionia suffer too? I think you want to make Ionia suffer, but that's just me. That's just me thinking about this. Oh, dear gods. Ionia, what kind of mess did you get yourself into? Is that an Emir? Grand Vizier. Gotcha. Okay, maybe there is hope. Okay, I like what I'm seeing. Kazan and the Timurids are rallying. Koini and Tennis Ball seem to be slowly being driven out. Koini is being a little bit of a nuisance down here in the southeast and is sieging down Yaransk, but that's not going to last too long. Kazan and the Timurids, they're doing their damnness to put... Oh my god, wait, never mind. I just saw some battles get lost, and now tables are flipped. I was wrong. The Timurids and Kazan are now falling apart. They're in tatters, Yaransk has been sieged down, and soon enough, Solgoletskaya as well as Sokol, they're gonna go down. And Kazan, at the same time as they're at their lowest point with their ally, the Timurids, at their back, Shuravia and Bulgaria are jumping in, and this just looks like a complete collapse of Kazan. Wow. I thought that one war would have been like, okay, hit or miss, but probably slightly favors tennis ball. But now with Bulgaria and Shuravia going hard in like this, there's no hope. This is game, set, and match. Kazan is well and truly defeated. Someone started digging the grave. Kazan's done. I'm sorry to say, but they've been holding out for so long. But eventually, the enemies just grow too numerous, too powerful. Oh, man. It is rough. What is this? MNT is now going after Sarigogir and Avenkia. And then Malgana against Japanese Australia. Mogadishu and Paradox 2 against Bunyoro. And then Paradox 2 is just straight up going after Zazao because... yeah, there you go. Fontaine controlling more of the Sahara, more of North Africa. And also taking over more of the Italian peninsula. Just the nature of things. Morocco has not, despite the monumental progress Morocco made in the 1600s, the 1700s is just, they cannot fight against Fontaine and their allies, unfortunately. And Paradox 2... definitely looking to gain land, gain power in other areas again, so that they can build up more against Sofala. Sofala is still very powerful. They are the power to beat in the region, and I do believe Paradox 2 can beat Sofala. They just need a little bit more power, a little bit more oomph, maybe even an additional ally. Oh my God, it's. The AI is just... oh, what the fuck? Like, why are so many troops being moved around? God damn it, Sumeru's in a war, that's why. And so is Loibuk. Oh, Jesus Christ. So yeah, well, it's going to be laggy for a while. I don't like that it's going to be laggy, but we just got to deal with it. Ionia, as you can see, I don't really have to move the camera that much. You can just see what's going on for yourselves in this view. Ionia is being completely invaded. Bulgaria, Shuravia, they're all piling in, and then Kazan is being partitioned as we speak. Oh dear gods. And I'm kind of wondering, like, is Bulgaria going to take the land in Kazan, or is Bulgaria going to maybe give it to Shuravia? I would suspect it's just Bulgaria going to take it, but I don't know. I'm not sure. Bulgaria's also going to take land in Anatolia. That is just a fact. We are not holding anything back. It's straight up Bulgaria is just going to eat. Anything else? Is Semyon fully gone? Semyon is actually completely gone. Oh, shit. The Jews have lost any semblance of a foothold in this campaign. Dark days indeed. And, yeah, Astrakhan, surprisingly enough, Astrakhan is not in any of these wars. And Astrakhan is allied to the Wendish realm. That's not a small piece of news. That's pretty interesting, considering, you know, we've been seeing that the Wendish realm has been getting beaten up left and right. You know, despite all of that's happened to the Wendish realm, they still retain around 400,000 troops, and they can fend for themselves. Kind of. But Astrakhan really helps them out. That is a serious alliance. Kazan got pieced out by tennis ball and lost, well, just a lot more land in the north. And then soon enough, Bulgaria is going to finish the job. Well, I mean, Bulgaria is not going to fully annex Kazan, obviously. But it's quite a bit of land is going to be taken over here. And then quite a bit of land is going to be taken in Anatolia. Or maybe Bulgaria just says, like, hey, I want Macedonia. Hey, I want Gallipoli and Constantinople as well. Pay up. That's also possible, because those are very valuable provinces for Bulgaria. And oh yeah, that's right, I forgot. The Timurids are involved against Bulgaria. Fontaine is now going after Kazan. Fontaine? What do you need from them, Fontaine? For a nationalist war. Tikvin? Are you... Where's this at? How do you have a CB, nationalist war? How is that even Norman? Who was over here colonizing as Norman culture? Seriously. Is Shudavia Norman? No. I'm curious now. Who is Norman? No. Was it Needle? Is Needle Norman? Yes. Okay. I get it now. So Needle was of Norman culture and spread that around. That is why Fontaine has a CB. Okay, I get it now. I mean, it doesn't make it any better for Kazan. It's just my own curiosity. Like, why do you have such an interesting casus belli? Because nationalist CB, I think it gives less aggressive expansion, makes things cheaper, but I could be wrong. I'm not entirely sure. Yep, I can't do anything about the lag at this point. It's just late game EU4. It's how, you know, maybe I'm glad that we're not going to like 1865, because going to 1865 at this rate would be very hard. It'd be very, very taxing on the system, you know? Actually, you know what? Bulgaria, I want to see, what are the stats like between Bulgaria and Ionia? Discipline goes to Bulgaria, morale goes to Bulgaria, and so do tactics. So Ionia's really struggling in each of these engagements. God damn. Peasants are rising up in Kazan, but it's not going to be worth anything. It really isn't. Soon enough, Sol Goletskaya is going to go down, and then Sokol, because the capital of Kazan is already down. It's bad tidings all around. It's terrible. It is just absolutely terrible. And, you know, even Bulgaria's even venturing into the land of the Timurids, past Ardalan, all the way into the heart of Iran. So, yeah, it is terrible times for the Muslims. And there's not much they can do. Unfortunately, there's no backup. Astrakhan and Ardalan are just sitting by. This is not their war. This is not for them to do anything with. They are just content to watch the fireworks happen. Oh, man. Oh, I need to stretch. Oh, okay. Sumeru's not doing anything either. They're just at war with Sarıgölgir again, but you know, Sarıgölgir is kind of dead in the water more so. Malgana, they once again took everything that they wanted. Malgana just has the whole continent to themselves. Malacca has their capital over here in Papua New Guinea. They have migrated indeed. Also, I just noticed this. Because of this province expansion mod, Papua New Guinea is actually, you can navigate all the way around it. So that's pretty cool. I really like that. And you even have the islands up here split up. Nice. So now, like, Papua New Guinea can actually be like a serious, like, hard fortress to to siege down if you build enough forts on it. And indeed, Japan is building some level 8 forts over here on the island. So good luck to anyone trying to take down Papua New Guinea. Interesting indeed. Yep. Soon enough, Kazan. Soon enough. And because this is like the only really big war right now. It's just people partitioning Kazan. Yeah. I guess you can, if you really wanna like throw it in there, partitioning Ionia as well, because Ionia is trying to fight back as best they can, but the gates in Anatolia are being opened up as we speak. Constantinople about to go down. The fortress at, what is it called? At Abydos is down. The capital at Opsikion, it's about to go down. So there's your peace deal, and like I predicted, Bulgaria took most of what they wanted in the Balkans, Macedonia and Gallipoli, and Bulgaria has cemented their hold over the Ionian coast. So the capital is not taken, not yet, but I would say that the Aegean Sea is well and truly in the control of the Bulgarians. Kravins would not like this at all. I'm just waiting for Astrakhan to wake up, man. I want to see those 850,000 troops go to work. And Kazan was pieced out too. How much land did you lose? You lost like 2 provinces. Ooh. Wait a minute. Okay. Now I understand. Because Moscow has 33 development and 2 wonders, whilst Tver has 20 development. I guess the war was more so just to weaken Ionia, which Bulgaria has been successful in. Now it's just like, what do you do next, Bulgaria? The Eastern Alliance, the Eastern Unity, whatever you want to call it, it's not quite on par with the Western chain of alliances, but it's still impressive nonetheless. Koine is also being integrated. It's gonna take longer than the campaign has for like until 1821. It's slated to be done in 1849, but still. It just shows how dominant tennis ball is. Tennis ball can integrate all of this and this in Scandinavia. No issue. There's no issue of rebellion or revolt. Anything else? Oh my god, well, there you go. Sumanu once again going after Loibuk. And there's not much else to say other than you know what's coming. More than 1 million troops bearing down on a China that has around 500,000 troops. So, yeah. I will just take a sip of my drink as as you watch the what's gonna happen. Like, we all know what's gonna happen. I'm not happy about it because it's my child that's being victimized, but you know. Tastes good. Tastes good indeed. I'm almost done with this fucking sickness. Almost. But yeah, we know the whole story, unfortunately. Well, maybe Duck, if you're watching this, this is fortunate for you. Your son fucking taking pot shots at mine. I can't do a thing. I can't interfere with any of this because this is an AI only campaign. Me interfering beyond just like forcing a white peace in bugged out wars and triggering the Protestant Reformation, it's like, no. Whatever the AI does, the AI does. Including this. I think we'll try to go to about 1785, 1786. Somewhere around there. Oh god. Fucking armrest. Oh, well, wait a minute, what? Epirus, with their cadre of allies, are going after Morocco, Fadl, and Ionia. I'm not really counting Zazal because Zazal isn't really a factor anymore. They've been beaten back multiple times, so it's like, yeah, Zazal just doesn't have much of any authority. They've tried, and they were successful for a while, but, well, Fontaine came through, and Fontaine did what Fontaine does. Conquer. And for some reason, Fontaine is also still dedicating themselves to invading Kazan, but only like a very tangential dedication. It's like, you need at least a little bit more than what you have been doing. Jesus Christ. But, yeah, I don't think Morocco is going to stand a chance. Not when Tennis Ball is in this. Tennis Ball will absolutely make their way over here with Coiny, as they already are, and kind of just slaughter everything in their path. That's just the long and short of it. Any other wars? We got a couple. Japan's going after Saka as well as Sumunu, Sofala, Fadl, Paradox 2, Mogadishu. So another regional war. And actually, I think I was kind of right. But we need to... Wow. Oh my god. Paradox 2 only has about 200,000 troops compared to Sofala's 560,000. Mogadishu's bringing up the rear with about 300,000 troops, but Fadl is also involved, but Fadl has their own issues. They are involved in two wars. They're trying to hold the north with Ionia. So Fadl's not going to be involved in Africa really at all. So really this is Paradox 2 and Mogadishu versus Sofala. And so far, at least, Paradox 2 and Mogadishu seem to be doing okay. But Sofala, they got a lot of resources. They got a lot of troops to burn through. And they also got the quality advantage as far as I know. So, Paradox 2, you're going to be hard-pressed to really win anything here. I also don't think Mogadishu is going to be a priority. Is this a purge of heresy? Yes, it is. It is a purge of heresy, so the goal is to win significant battles, not just siege down certain provinces. And I don't know who's winning the battles. It seems pretty even about at about this point. Only +6 war score for Sofala. That's not a lot. I should reiterate that in order to actually take anything in wars, in order to actually exchange land or anything, you need plus or minus 10 war score to do as such. Fontaine did not win their war against Kazan. I think it was a white peace. So, for now, at least. Great Sultan Abdul Latif I is okay. But it's only a matter of time before like Bulgaria declares again, or Tennis Ball declares again. When that happens, I don't know what you can do, other than hope and pray. Mogadishu's actually going into Arabia and putting some pressure on Fadl, as Fadl comes down and tries to put pressure through the Ethiopian highlands. So, interesting times over there. Morocco, what are you doing? Are you fighting against Fontaine? Is Fontaine in that war? No, Morocco. Look at Morocco. No? So what is Fontaine involved in? Oh, straight up Fontaine is just saying, hey, Paradox 2, I want some of your land. Don't mind if I do. And, well, to be fair to Fontaine, it's pretty easy for them to do that because there's a clear land connection in West Africa. With this province expansion mod, the regions of Africa are a lot more connected. So it's very easy to go from West Africa to like the Congo region and the, what's it called? It's not the Great Lakes region. I can't remember. What is this called? Lake Tanganyika. and also get to Lake Victoria. I'll just give you a look at the religious map mode, because in the religious map mode you can definitely see how many connections there are across Africa with this mod. There's actually quite a bit of room to move around. And with the pressure coming in from the north, from Fontaine, Sofala is slowly but surely pushing in from the east. Mogadishu, they can't hold out forever. Fadl is like... Oh, did Fadl peace out? Fadl did peace out. So now Mogadishu can pull back from the north and hopefully help out Paradox 2 in the south. But something tells me that Mogadishu's not going to have an easy time. Any other wars going on other than Morocco being bullied once more? We already know that's a regular thing here. Sumeru, how much land did you take? You didn't take a lot. You took like one down here and then one in China. But that's not a lot. Why didn't you take all that much? Curious. Because no way that Loibuk took that, like, they made it almost a draw. I refuse to believe that. Sumeru has way too many troops to lose, or to nearly lose to Loibuk. At least I think so. I could be wrong. What's happening in North America? Potawatomi is actually a loyal vassal. So, soon enough, Potawatomi will be annexed. Give it enough time, and it will happen. I think we can stop this in August of 1786, and we will be doing just fine. And since Epirus declared this war, I really think that Epirus is probably going to take land in North Africa. There's not really any reason they won't. Or maybe they'll just consolidate in the Italian peninsula and consolidate in Sardinia, Corsica. And back to the war between Sofala and Paradox 2, it's looking more and more like Paradox 2 is just going to be partitioned to some extent. Fontaine is going to take the northern portions, Sofala is going to push in from the east. And Mogadishu, to their credit, they are helping out as much as they can, but it's just not enough. What can the likes of Mogadishu do in a situation like this? Not much. But we will have to see the conclusion next time in part 16, as this part here is gonna come to an end. Alright, let's see what wars were going on at the end of this here part. Okay. So Donauland is, there is a succession war in Donauland, and they are presumptively under the authority of Tennis Ball, as if Tennis Ball needed any more fucking power. However, they are being contested by the Wendish Realm. You can imagine how that's going for the Wendish Realm, and how it will go in the next part. So, look forward to that, I suppose. Anyways, let's take a look at that leaderboard. In first place is Tennis Ball. In second place is Teotl. In third place is Fontaine. In fourth place is Sumeru. In fifth place is Bulgaria. In sixth place is Loibuk. In seventh place is Astrakhan. And in eighth place is Mondstadt. Your economic hegemon on its way up is Tennis Ball. And your fully maxed out military hegemon for this part is Teotl. That'll be all for now. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you in the next part.